Hello journaling friends, welcome to my quiet and cozy little space. Today I thought I would do a video on how I'm going in my traveler's notebook. It's been 6 months now. Well, actually I bought the traveler's notebook in August of last year. So technically that makes it about 8 months, but I didn't start using it until a couple of months after I had received it. Prior to buying this traveler's notebook, I had done all of my journaling in the one book, being my Hobonichi cousin. So that was for all of 2024, just in the one book, and then for about 2/3 of 2025 as well. I had seen traveler's notebooks pop up on my socials and I absolutely loved the look of them, but I just couldn't think of any reason why I could use one or what I would do with one if I had one. And because all of my journaling was done in the Hobonichi cousin, I just didn't want to buy one for the sake of having it without having a purpose for it. Fast forward to mid last year, I suddenly had a couple of ideas on how I could use one outside of my Hobonichi cousin. So I went online and I was furiously looking for the Love and Trip version because I really love the colour of the cover and the Love and Trip insert and extras that come with it. But I had discovered that they were all sold out. So I ended up going down a deep rabbit hole for a couple of hours in the middle of the night and I found one. I think it might have been the only one available in a store, not talking about resellers, but just in an actual store. Anyway, I found it, put my order in, and then she arrived. So not long after that, I went on a trip to Finland. And although I took it with me, I didn't really use it at all. And it was a couple of months after I had returned from my trip that I started actually diving into it. So today I thought I would just do a little, flip through, show you how I'm using it and talk about what I think of it. So basically, I really, really love it. So this is what she looks like, about 7 or 8 months in. I think it's about 8 months since I got it. I have a Moomin charm that I picked up in Finland and another one here. So it was good timing that I went to Finland after I picked it up because I had good reason to buy some charms. I mean, there's always good reason to buy charms, but yeah, I was able to get those. And then I have the little Traveler's Factory Japan charm with Mount Fuji on it. I actually picked this up, I want to say a year or so before I even got this notebook at one of the Traveler's Factory stores in Tokyo. I think it was at the airport store actually. And then I've just got a Japanese coin on there. I think it's the 5 yen. I always forget. I'm pretty sure it's the 5. So that's on there. And that is, I think, shredding the elastic a little bit on here, as I take it off, it rubs on there. I don't hate it. I actually don't mind it. I mean, I have spares of this, so I can eventually change it. And then I got this adorable little postcard charm from my pen pal and friend Laura. How cute is that? I don't know if that's focusing. How adorable is that? So yeah, I got that in my second letter from Laura, which I received last week. So that went immediately onto this notebook. So that's what she looks like on the outside. And then let's open her up. So I do have a Love and Trip insert, obviously, that came with this notebook cover, which I do some kind of what I call sentimental memory keeping in. I'm obviously not going to do a flip through of that because it's something I want to keep to myself. But I did previously have it sitting in the front here, but I've taken it out for now because I'm finding with my travel junk insert in here from my most recent trip to Japan that it's getting quite chunky, which I love. But yeah, by having that 4th insert in there, it was pushing the inserts out. I have seen videos where you can change the elastic setup inside so that you don't have, any of the inserts jutting out. And I will do that eventually. I just haven't got around to it. But for now, this is what I have. So this first insert is my mood and habit tracker. I really want to come up with a different name for it. I know I talk about this all the time whenever I'm referring to this little insert, But yeah, for now, it's basically just me tracking some moods and habits that I do every day, or I would like to do every day. It's not proving to be a revelation in any way because I already know the impact and the result of what I do or don't do for myself every day. I started to do it just to see if I could notice a pattern or a correlation, but it's stuff I already know anyway. However, a few months in, it's sort of just become my morning ritual, I guess, when I sit down at my desk to fill it in. So I'm just going to keep doing it for now until I get bored with it. I have a printable from Susanna V. Bryant, which I love. I love the diagram itself, but the I have questions kind of does relate to I have questions about my health and well-being. So yeah, I just found that really suited this. Usually my style is very maximalist. I like more is more is more when it comes to decorating. But once I had popped this picture on here, I realised it just looks really nice on its own. I don't know. It just suits this cover. So we've kept her minimal. And then I've just got some Minna Berhonen washi and a little tear-off calendar sheet from my Kin Shiotani calendar. And I also like the meaning on this. Let's find out what caused it. Yeah, let's. Then I've just got some little reminders for myself. I'm not going to talk through those because they're pretty boring. Just little reminders, daily reminders about moods and whatnot. And then here I've just got, what I've been documenting every day since October. And I've just got like moods and, things that I want to be doing or not be doing. And that's where we're at. So we're obviously into March now. So again, I don't even really I kind of do look back over it sometimes and I can see a correlation with certain things. But also, as I mentioned before, they're things I already know. Common sense stuff, if I'm looking at my screen right before bed, I'm not going to have the best sleep. It's just the way it is. So that's that. And I keep that in there because, it just encourages me to open my traveler's notebook every day. And then we have my travel journal. Sorry, my junk travel journal. I actually decided on my most recent trip to Japan that I would journal in 2 ways. And one was doing all my daily memory keeping in my Hobonichi cousin. And then the second one was this insert purely to stick in ephemera that I'd collected on my travels. I don't do any memory keeping in here. Obviously, that's done in my Hobonichi cousin. So I might just do a little flip through. I think might be fun. On the cover, I don't know if I've added anything since I did my last video on this insert. Maybe the Peko-chan picture there is new. And maybe the Yamato black cat sticker. All I'm doing in here is just sticking in ephemera. There's no kind of set pattern to it. I haven't done it in a, day-to-day kind of fashion. It's just, I'm just sticking in whatever I want, wherever I want. And that's exactly what I wanted this insert for. I actually went to the Traveler's factory store at Tokyo Station when I first arrived in Japan to get this pink craft insert because I just had this idea that, I don't know, I'd like the pages to be pink. Pink's my favourite colour. So all of these things are just, obviously bits and pieces that I've picked up on my travels. That's off a brochure that I got from the airport, I think, when I first arrived. So I liked having that at the, very start to my insert. And it also kind of reminded me a bit of myself and my friend Helen. We caught up in my first few days while I was in Tokyo, enjoying the winter festivals and whatnot right before Christmas. And then I've just stuck in things like Helen gave me a little gift of stickers and, I didn't want to throw away the paper bag that they came in because she wrote my name there. So I've just used that as a little pocket for some business cards and a bookmark. Some ephemera from my favourite Japanese stationery brand. I've just got, little bits of ephemera that I've picked up that I just don't throw away. I don't throw anything away, to be honest. Unless it's not cute, then I don't keep, I'm not keeping trash, really. Well, kind of. I guess a coffee cup is trash. That would usually end up in the bin by most people. price tags, which I love, stationery ephemera, any of the stickers that come from any of the convenience stores I love, obviously. Packaging, stickers off coffee cups. And then I picked up a Hobonichi brochure while I was at Loft. So that has come in very handy because the little illustrations are so adorable. So I've pretty much so far used probably half of the pages from that in various pages in here and also in my cousin. And then receipt, a Tokyo Station map, another little page from my flip calendar with some ephemera stuck on the back, another page from the Hobonichi brochure, and then some little stickers that I got from a restaurant that my journaling friend and YouTube friend Mercy Scribbles and I caught up for dinner at, and we got these stickers from the counter when we were leaving. Traveller's Company sticker, some little Loft tape. I never get enough of the tape. I want them to give me like a long strip, but I get it's not for my journal. The purpose of it is to hold the paper bag together. Or closed, rather. A receipt and some packaging from Soup Stock. I love that place. The soup is just, so good. I go there a lot. I also go there to enjoy the soup, but also increase my vegetable intake while I'm there because I can get a little bit lax with my diet, which is fine. You know, you're on holiday, but yeah, I will duck in there to get a couple of bowls of soup to, get some veggies happening. Receipts, obviously, more price tags. That's actually a stamp that my pen pal Desiree included in their letter, and I just thought it was way too cute. And I also liked the gold, or what do you call that, copper kind of colour that suited this coffee label. A stamp from a train station. And then I have popped some photos in here. As I mentioned, I'm not really doing memory keeping as such in here, but I just felt like this particular spread, being the day I went to the Sky Garden in Yokohama, the tower, kind of warranted, a couple of photos because I don't know if I'd pop these in my Hobonichi cousin. I think at the time I was in Tokyo and Yokohama, I was catching up with friends. So I will put photos with them and that kind of like related stuff into my memory keeping in my Hobonichi cousin. But I did like that these kind of filled in this space of my memories at the tower. And I did a stamp rally at the tower as well. How cute is that? I think I went to, I can't remember, I think there were 5 little different stations or tables that you go to. 4 or 5 anyway. But yeah, obviously started off, just with one layer of colour and then it just grew to look like that. It was so cute. There was a Tom and Jerry 85th anniversary exhibition on at the time. So that was fun as well. I used to watch Tom and Jerry as a kid, so I really appreciated the exhibition. Also, that's the second time I've seen a Tom and Jerry exhibition in Japan at different places, obviously, in different cities and at different times. So this time was in Yokohama and the previous one was, I want to say it was probably even a year ago. My little entry ticket for the Sky Garden. Just some convenience store purchases. I love my boiled eggs from the convenience store. A little brochure from a gacha that I got from the Moomin store in Yokohama. Some more food wrapping. Of course, my case was heavy. And yeah, my, favorite hair dry shampoo that I always get when I'm in Japan. Just some food and beverage packaging. Some stationery packaging. Obviously, when I'm opening up all my stickers and washi and whatnot, none of that packaging is going in the bin because it's just too cute. And I'm also like, I don't know why, I'm just obsessed with these little, the backing labels that come off the washi tape as well. This page I haven't finished yet because I stuck down this brochure that I got from Bumpordo Gallery in Jimbocho. I really love the artwork and the colours on this, and I stuck it down thinking that I would put ephemera over the top of it, but I haven't done that and I don't know if I will. I kept this receipt from a cafe that I went on the same day that I was hanging out here, and I was going to stick that in here somehow with other bits of ephemera from, you know, this little visit, but I don't know if I'm going to stick anything else in there. We'll see. Anyway, for now, that's just what it looks like. And I haven't finished this spread either. I've just popped down the Jimbocho map and a receipt and a bit of a sugar packaging. I will fill all this in eventually with more ephemera. I still have quite a bit to do of my travel journaling in my Hobonichi cousin. I don't even know if I've really made a good start on it yet. It's fine. I kind of want to drag it out because I like the idea of going back months later and having that opportunity to relive my travels. And also when I first get home, I feel a little bit almost homesick. That's not the right word. What's the word? Like I really pine for Japan when I leave. So the first couple of months when I'm back, it's almost a little bit hard to try and sit and relive those memories without feeling sad about them, if that makes sense. Or not sad, what's the right word? Maybe a bit of melancholy. I'm not quite sure what the right word is. It'll come to me later when I finish filming this video. But yeah, so sticking down all of this junk has been quite easy to do in like immediately when I got home, in that it's not making me pine for the actual memories because it's just ephemera, even though obviously I have memories about these days as well, about what I was doing and where I was when I picked up this ephemera. But to sit down and actually write down memories and things that I did while I was there and things I felt and saw, and that for me just takes a little bit of time. But I'm ready to start on that now, so I'll probably get stuck into my memory keeping travel pages from my trip soon. And this spread is just, you know, packaging from my favourite hair care and skincare brands, or products rather. Some ephemera from the Moomin shop. Again, another gutcha. I haven't even opened my gutcha yet, which is a little bit wild. Actually, I still have gutcha from my previous trip. So yeah, I need to open them all. I plan to video that and I just haven't got around to it. So these two spreads, again, I haven't even made a start apart from I've stuck down this brochure. So this was a brochure from the Sky Garden Tower and I've just cut it in half to go across, you know, the two spreads. So that's obviously cut in half there and cut in half there. And I will fill this in as well with some other ephemera or stickers or something. A Commodore's coffee spread. I love Commodore's. If you haven't been there, highly recommend. I just always find something new to love there. I have my favourite dishes. I always, you know, go back to the karagi and the potato salad and just the plain salad because of the dressing, obviously. But yeah, every now and again I'll try something new and different. The bread is so good. Not me discreetly tearing off a little bit of paper that comes inside the basket, like lines the basket that the karagi comes in. And then I've just stuck down some little illustrations that I've cut off the Hobonichi brochure that I showed you earlier. Peko-chan, obviously. And I've also popped some of this eggshell transparent washi tape over the top. I have popped it somewhere else as well, just to add a little bit of, I guess, texture. So I'm not strict about this just being ephemera. I do pop in stickers and washi tape as well. And as you know, I mentioned earlier, the little pages from my flip calendar. I basically just do whatever I'm feeling at the time. Oh, there we go. Peko-chan. She's going to make a regular appearance. Coffee cup label and bottom of a receipt and a coffee cup from Starbucks. They had Christmas themed cups while I was there. I usually want to drink out of a mug, but occasionally I haven't mentioned that and they've given me the cup. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to pop this in my journal. So it's not really a waste. It's nice decoration. And then, this paper here is off a paper bag that my stationery came in from Traveller's Factory. And what I've done is I've actually carried it over to the next page. Haven't done that before, and I thought it was kind of cute because I didn't want to cut it there. I felt like it was wasting this bottom part of the page. So we just continued her over here. That's a little page off another little flip calendar that I have. Washi tape packaging. That's also from that same calendar, and I've just cut the picture out. More packaging. And a little memo paper that my friend Nina Aoki gave me. Nina gifted me some cute stationery last time we caught up, so I thought that looked really cute there. And of course a Mizutama sticker. Some strawberry related packaging. Oh my gosh, I love this yogurt drink so much. And this strawberry cake was delightful too. I actually, even though I'm not keeping things together in terms of memory keeping, looking at this, I actually remember where I ate this. It was on a Shinkansen trip to Tokyo. So yeah, it kind of does bring me memories, I guess, of that Shinkansen ride. A brochure from Loft in Shibuya. A Yumi Kirigishi gacha brochure. I still have some of them that I haven't opened yet with the pile. And also some washi tape from Aiko Fukawa. Some lolly wrapping. And of course a chicken box from Lawson. You'll see these Peko-chan wrappers appearing everywhere. I have so many of them. And this is also from the Hobonichi brochure. Some Hitotaki Kita packaging. I love transparent ephemera. And just some packaging from stores and brands because, you know, different typography and whatnot. I actually got this Lawson tissue box. I saw it in Lawson, obviously, and couldn't help myself. So I put the box in my suitcase and brought it home. So yeah, I've actually cut the box up now, but also have used the tissues. More Aiko Fukawa washi. And that's it so far. And then I have still, it's probably close to 10 pages. Oh yeah, about that to go. But also I still have some spreads, as I mentioned before, that I need to decorate. This one maybe, this one definitely, and the tower, Sky Garden Tower, Landmark Tower spreads. I probably might still end up popping some other stickers and whatnot in some pages as well. So that is that, and that's the back of her. I just cut out a stamp that I got from the airport in Tokyo and the gacha brochure, the other half of the gacha brochure that I put inside. So that's that. And then we move to my mail log, Happy Mail log. This Happy Mail log was one of the reasons I wanted to get the Traveller's Notebook, because I didn't really want to keep a log of Happy Mail that I'm sending and receiving in my Hobonichi cousin, because then I figure when I finish, you know, the journal, let's say for 2026, then that Happy Mail log gets archived, you know, in the journal. I do flip through previous year's journals again, you know, later on, but also I just wanted to have one space to keep all of my Happy Mail memories, I guess. And I figured that way, if I just have a designated insert just for that, then that's what I've got now. I can just come into this little Happy Mail log insert and see all of the Happy Mail I've sent and received. I started this in the end of 2025. On the cover, I've just put, kind of, I guess, mail-related ephemera, a stamp from a card that my cousin sent me, and then these are stamps from my pen pal Desiree, and then a Yumi Kitagishi sticker here. And here. Oh, there you go. I started it in July 2025. I forgot I'd even written that on there, so that's kind of cool. And then I figure when I finish this one, I can just get another book, and just keep continuing in inserts and just have them all together. I mean, they might warrant their own cover, a separate cover at some stage maybe. I don't know. I'm not preempting buying another Traveler's Notebook, but if I had a use for one down the track, it would be to keep my Happy Mail logs. Mind you, in saying that, you can just get the binders, the archive binders as well to save them in. I've just got a sticker from Nina Aoki on here, a little stamp shaped sticker that's got Finland on it, so that's relatable. And then an actual stamp that I picked up when I was in Finland. Moomin, of course. So yeah, this is just my first letter that I sent to Zoe, my first letter that I received from Zoe, and then I caught up with Nina on this particular day. So, some stickers that I bought from her. I will link her website in the description because her stationery is delightful. And then some ephemera and stationery that she gifted me as well. And then here I've documented sitting down in Helsinki and sending postcards. I love sending postcards to friends and family when I'm traveling. So yeah, just a photo of the table in the cafe when I was writing out the postcards, a stamp, some Moomin stickers, and this is just the packaging from the postage stamp packet. So yeah, I've just written a little bit about that. This is private, so I'm obviously going to blur that out. This is the second letter from Zoe, full of cute stationery, and then my next letter to Zoe as well. So yeah, you get the idea. Postcards that I received, I think I got them, oh no, they weren't the same day. So when I first started, I didn't have a date stamp, so I was borrowing here a date stamp when I went to a little craft session from someone else that was there. But then I found this super cute stamp when I was in Japan. I now use that. I actually bought that specifically for this mail log. Card from my dear friend Jenna and my dear friend Julia from Australia and from Spain. I mean, the postcard Julia picked up in Ireland, but it was sent from Spain. And then this is about my first letter from my pen pal Laura. And yeah, Laura and I have had this fun connection on Instagram. So we've started sending each other happy mail. And it turns out we have a lot in common, which is fun. And in this case, I took a photo of the actual card that Laura had made for me rather than like the collection of stationery that she included, because the card was so creative. I really, really liked it. And then this page, I've just written a little bit about this very thoughtful package that I received from my pen pal Lynn and a quick note from Zoe. Both of these had, Japan trip related bits and pieces in them, which was so thoughtful. I've left myself a note here because I do need to pop in some stuff from two people that I've received and also postcards that I sent in Japan. I kind of wanted to do a similar thing to this where I kind of documented, what I sent and to who. So I've left that page blank for that. And then on this page, I've just got postcards that I received from Julia and Nina on the same day. Well, I went to my postbox and they were both in my postbox when I got back from Japan. So that was lovely. Julia had sent me a Moomin Christmas card from Spain. So sweet. And Nina had sent me a postcard when she was in Tokyo. So Nina and I actually caught up when we were both in Japan at the same time. We had one day overlapping in the same city. So we hung out. But yeah, obviously when I got home, then I received this postcard from Nina, which was nice. And then I do have other letters that I need to document in here that I've taken photos of. You know, when the letter arrives, I take a photo of, you know, if there's stationery or the contents or the card or whatever's in the actual happy mail, I'll take a photo of some sort. So I have taken the photos. I just need to cut them out and stick them in here. And then I had received a letter on Friday the 13th of February. And so when I had torn this off my calendar, I thought I could use that as the date documentation rather than that using my date stamp. So I thought that'll be cute because I don't like throwing these out. They're so sweet. Like the little pictures are so cute. And, you know, it's ephemera. I'm reusing it. And then I also had this one, which is a, you know, it's got little letters on it and postcards. And actually one of the postcards has Mount Fuji on it. So I thought I would use that because I caught up with Nina on the 18th of Feb, which just so happened to be the same day that, you know, the page from that day was covered in little envelopes. So I thought that would be cute. I mean, whether that ends up going on a second page, I don't know. But that is my Happy Mail log. I love it so much. I flip through there and read things, and I just even like how different it's looking. Like here, I wasn't quite sure what I was doing. You know, it's a photo of me putting the envelope into the post box and, you know, some stickers and washi that Zoe had included in their letter. So, and obviously just writing in the black ink, you know, I was just starting out here. And then as I go, it kind of, you know, progresses and changes into my usual journaling style of different coloured inks and getting a bit creative with how I'm writing people's names in and whatnot. So I do like how it's evolving. So that's that. And I also do have a Eki stamp insert, or it's just stamps in general when I'm traveling, which, you know, I did have in here before, but I've taken it out now because, as I mentioned before, it's getting too thick. So this is where I've, you know, collected all my stamps during my travels. But yeah, I just keep that separate. Obviously, when I travel, it comes with me. And then while I was in Japan, I actually bought a couple of extra accessories. So I got this zipper case, which I'm going to open and pop in here today. I completely forgot that I'd even had this. It's just sitting in a pile with other stationery that I picked up. And I also got a sticker release insert, which I really wanted one of these. And I've started sticking in stickers that I received from penpals and stickers that I have, you know, bought myself that need somewhere to live. So I will eventually, you know, I've got more stickers that need to go in here. I just found this so helpful, or practical rather, for when my pen pals are sending me stickers, because at the moment I've just got them in little piles, literally like grouped together from like the person who sent them, but then in one big pile. So that's probably just going to deter me from using them because I have to rummage through it. Whereas this way, they're all on display. So I love this. And I've wanted one of these for ages. I actually went to a stamp rally in a stationery store in my local area that stock Traveler's Notebook items, and they were out of these. And then when I got to Japan, I think the first couple of stores I went to, they didn't have them either. They were out of stock. And then I finally found this one at Loft. So I was thrilled when I found it, because now I can store all my stickers, all my loose stickers. So that's that. So what I'm going to do is I want to stick this zipper case in. I've wanted one of these for ages as well. And I think on previous trips to this, I didn't have my Traveler's Notebook yet. So I waited, I got this in August, and then I waited till my next trip to grab one of these, which wasn't that, it was a few months later. I have no idea what I'm sticking in it yet, but it doesn't matter. I will peel that off later, obviously. I love these. I love just transparent things, clear things. I'm very excited. So I believe I probably should take the inserts out. It might be easier. Let's see if I can put it in there. Can I slide it in there without taking my inserts out? Oh, yeah. I love it already. I don't like this thing. Like, I feel like it just gets in my way because I don't use it for anything. Do I cut it off? Or, no, actually, I'm going to put it the other way around. I don't want to cut that off in case I find a, you know, a purpose for it. Yep, okay, that works good because then I can use the, what do you call it? The pockets. Oh, cute. Oh, I love that. And then at the back, I've got the other pocket. And then the sticker release. See, this is where it's going to get quite bulky. So I will sit down. I might do it after this video. And what's the word? Doctor the settings. Because as I mentioned, I have seen a couple of videos where you can, I think it's essentially putting more elastic in the actual spine somehow. I have watched a couple of videos. I just need to wrap my head around how to do it and get the right tools and whatnot so that, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, they don't jut out. But for now, just to get this in here, I only have one band left and it's black. I'm pretty sure I've got a tan one somewhere, but I don't know where I've put it. I've put it in that miraculous, you know, safe place that you can never remember. Do you do that as well? Do you have safe places? Like, I'm going to put this here because it's going to be super safe and I'll remember, and then I'm pretty sure I forget immediately. I need to decorate that. Oh my goodness, I could have done that today. That's okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's going to... Oh, it's not too bad. Maybe I don't need to. Oh, she's getting chunky. Oh, I love it, guys. So yeah, now we've got my little pocket that obviously will get things put in there. I don't know what, but keep your eyes peeled for my next video installment of how my traveler's notebook is coming along. My mood tracker, my junk travel insert, which is coming along nicely. I mean, it's just going to get chunkier as I finish it, but I love it so far. My Happy Mail log and my sticker release insert. Oh, I definitely need to decorate that now. I'm actually going to do that now, and I'm going to stick all of my other stickers that need to go in here because I do have, like I said, a little pile. So decorate, fill pages, and then I feel like my traveler's notebook is coming along quite nicely. Yeah, I definitely need to do the little update, but that's okay. Works for now. Oh yeah, she's getting chunky. I don't hate it. Do not hate it at all. I'm all for a chunky gal. I love it. So I did stick this little tab in on one of my pages. It was, yeah, just what do you call it? Moomin sticker. But I realized at the time it was cute to try kind of flip that. Actually, hang on, I'll show you. At the time, I thought it was kind of cute to, you know, flip this little insert over. But then realizing now that I knew it was going to stick out, but realizing now over time, it's getting a little bit crumpled from the elastic. I mean, I could put the elastic over the top, but for some reason, I just want to go from the bottom. That's okay. Doesn't matter. that's it. That's my traveler's notebook, and that's how she's coming along 6 months, 6 to 7 to 8 months later. The first 6 months in my traveler's notebook. I love it. I'm so glad I got one. I'm still super obsessed with my Hobonichi cousin, and I do most of my memory keeping obviously in that, and some junk journaling as well, lots of junk journaling, but this one does have its own purpose, and I'm glad I thought of ways to use it so that I could indulge in getting one. I absolutely love it. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for stopping by and humouring me with a little update on my traveler's notebook and a little flip through. It's been so great hanging out with you today. I feel like it's been ages since I made a video, so this has been really nice. And I think I'm going to spend the next couple of hours hanging out in my traveler's notebook. Definitely going to need to decorate that sticker release insert and also find some cute little bits and pieces for the zipper case. Thanks again for stopping by and keeping me company in this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.